Before we proceed further, request you to please subscribe to our channel as shown above. Hello friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology. The topic I am going to cover today is the connection between 12 Jyotirlingas and the 12 Rashis or zodiac signs. So first, let us understand what exactly is a Jyotirling. Jyoti stands for light and Lingam stands for a beam or a column of light. So Jyotirling actually represents the entire light that pervades the cosmos. So in short, it is the radiance that pervades the cosmos, and Shiva is nothing but that which contains everything. If you reverse the word Shiva, you get Vashi, which means that which is not under anyone's control. So Shiva is all pervading. Shiva contains everything, and Shiva is all knowing, that is omniscient. And for the benefit of mankind, Shiva assumed the form of 12 Jyotirlings on this earth. Every sign in the zodiac belt is considered as representation of one particular Jyotirling, because totally there are 12 Jyotirlings and we have 12 zodiac signs. Shiva represents auspiciousness, and therefore whenever a planet is debilitated in your horoscope, if you worship the Jyotirling corresponding to the exaltation sign of that planet, then you get relief from the malefic effects of that debilitated or afflicted planet in your horoscope. Now let us understand this in more detail. First is, let us look at the sign of Aries or Mesh. The sign of Aries or Mesh is the first sign in the zodiac belt, and it is the exaltation sign of the planet Sun or Surya. Now the Jyotirling corresponding to this sign is known as Rameshwaram, because that Jyotirling was established by Lord Ram when he worshipped Shiva. In order to defeat the demon Ravan. Now Rameshwaram is located in a place called Setubandh near Kanyakumari, Tamil Nadu. Now whenever you have a debilitated sun in your horoscope, you will not get name, fame and respect in society. You will also suffer a lot in your job. So in this situation, if you visit Rameshwaram and worship this lingam, slowly things start becoming better for you, because Aries is the exaltation sign of the sun, and therefore when you worship Rameshwaram, the debilitation of the sun is greatly reduced and you slowly start getting success, name, power and fame in life. Aries is also the sign which represents new beginnings. So a person with a debilitated sun or a weak sun, when he worships the Rameshwaram Jyotirling, automatically the debilitation of the sun gets reduced and things that were stuck start moving in life. He gets the desired name, fame, authority and power and respect in life. Let us move to the next sign, that is Vrishab or Taurus. Vrishab or Taurus is the natural second house in the zodiac belt, and the Jyotirling represented by this zodiac sign is Somnath. Now Somnath was a temple of Shiva established by Lord Krishna, and it is located in the state of Gujarat. Now remember, Lord Krishna was born with his moon in Rohini Nakshatra. So Lord Krishna had an exalted moon. That is, this is the place where moon is most exalted. Let us say you have a debilitated moon in the sign of Scorpio or Vrishik. What happens when the moon is debilitated? When the moon is debilitated, a person experiences a lot of mental stress. Relationship with mother may not be very good, or health of mother may not be very good. The person also faces challenges related to the lungs, kidneys, and diseases such as bronchitis, etc. So one way to reduce the malefic effects of the debilitated moon is to worship Shiva at Somnath. That is, visit the Somnath Jyotirling, perform puja there and worship Lord Shiva on a Monday, and slowly you will find that the bad effects of the moon in your horoscope are greatly reduced. The mental tensions, the stress, the situations that caused that stress slowly start decreasing, and you will find a lot of peace of mind and happiness coming into your life. An afflicted moon gives depression. It can also give a lot of emotional trauma and stress. So if you visit Somnath and if you worship Lord Shiva there, it will give you relief from most of these problems in your life. Let us move next to the sign of Gemini or Mithun. The sign of Gemini or Mithun is the natural third house in the zodiac belt, which is ruled by Mercury or Buddha. It represents skills such as marketing, sales, communication skills. It is the way we communicate with the world. And therefore, in the sign of Mithun or Gemini, Rahu is considered exalted. Rahu is that smart salesman, that cheat, that fraud, as well as that cunning person who can clearly make a sales deal easily and fool the person at the other end. So whenever Rahu is malefic in your horoscope, Rahu can get you in touch with people who will cheat you, who will defraud you. Rahu also represents poisoning. So you might face troubles such as food poisoning, etc. if you have a malefic Rahu. Rahu also represents addiction. So when Rahu is malefic, people get addicted to different substances such as alcohol, cigarette smoking, etc. If in your chart Rahu is debilitated, let us say Rahu is placed in the sign of Sagittarius, you are undergoing Rahu Mahadasha, you will find that you will face lot of challenges in dealing with people. People will try to fool you, cheat you. Even your teachers will not respect you and will try to cheat you. In that situation, what should you do? Remember, the zodiac sign of Mithun or Gemini represents the Nageshwar Jyotirling, and Rahu is also a form of Nag Devta. Therefore, worshipping the Nageshwar Jyotirling in this time period of Rahu Dasha, or when you have a malefic Rahu in Sagittarius, gives you relief from the bad effects of Rahu. That is, you will be able to overcome your addictions and you will not get cheated by people. The Nageshwar Jyotirling is located in the city of Dwarka, approximately 18 kilometers from Dwarka in the state of Gujarat. Next, let us move to the sign of Cancer or Kark. The sign of Cancer or Kark is the natural fourth house in the zodiac belt, which represents our emotions, which represents our mother, which represents property and vehicles, and it is ruled by the moon. Now, the Jyotirling that this sign represents is Omkareshwar. In the sign of Cancer, Jupiter or Guru gets exalted, and therefore Om is the ultimate knowledge, it is the ultimate truth, and therefore Jupiter gets exalted in this sign. So if you have an afflicted Jupiter, or if Jupiter is placed in the sign of Capricorn or Makar in your horoscope, wherein Jupiter becomes weak, then You will experience some malefic effects of Jupiter, such as you will not get the support of your teachers or gurus. You may find it very difficult to establish a good relationship with your bosses. So in that case, if you worship Omkareshwar, the Omkareshwar Jyotirling is located in Madhya Pradesh. And if you visit this place and worship Shiva, it will give you a lot of relief from the malefic effects of a debilitated Jupiter in your horoscope. Remember that Jupiter is the most important planet who can negate the effects of other planets which are giving malefic effects. So if you want to strengthen your Jupiter, when you have a debilitated Jupiter or a weak guru in your horoscope, do visit Omkareshwar, worship Lord Shiva there, and you will see the results automatically. Now let us move to the sign of Leo or Siha. The sign of Leo or Siha is ruled by the Sun. It is the natural fifth house in the zodiac belt, and therefore it represents mantra siddhi. It represents children. It represents gains through speculation. It also represents the good deeds in your past life. It is the Mool Trikon sign of the Sun, which means the Sun gets very powerful here, and it is Sun's own house. So when you have a weak Sun in your horoscope, let us say Sun is placed in the sign of Libra where it is debilitated, then you will face problems related to your health, related to your married life, and you will not get much name, fame and respect in life. In that case, if you visit the Vaidyanath Shivling and worship it, you will get relief from the malefic effects of the Sun. Let us move to the sign of Virgo or Kanya. Virgo or Kanya is the sign which represents analytical skills, which represents your logical thinking ability, your ability to work with your hands, do mechanical tasks. The ruler of this sign is Mercury or Buddh. Now Mercury or Buddh gets debilitated in the sign of Meen or Pisces. So if you have Mercury or Buddh in the sign of Meen or Pisces, or if your Mercury is afflicted by Rahu or Ketu, then visiting the Mallikarjuna Jyotirling and offering puja or worship there will give you relief from the malefic effects of Mercury or Buddh in your horoscope. The Mallikarjuna Jyotirling is located in Sri Sailam in Andhra Pradesh. Let us move to the sign of Libra or Tula. Libra or Tula represents balance, harmony, it represents partnerships. Now, the Jyotirling represented by this zodiac sign is Mahakaleshwar, which is located in Ujjain. Now, in the sign of Libra or Tula, Saturn is said to get exalted. So, if you have a weak Saturn, that is, let us say Saturn is placed in the sign of Aries, or say Saturn is conjunct Rahu or Ketu, then you will face a lot of challenges in your life. Saturn brings in a lot of obstacles, lot of delays in your life. Saturn also gives lot of knee pain. In general, when Saturn is debilitated, weak or afflicted, it can cause a lot of delays, lot of obstacles, lot of challenges in your life. You will not get the support of your subordinates and servants. If you want to reduce the malefic effects of Saturn, one way is to visit Ujjain and worship Mahakaleshwar there. Worshipping Mahakaleshwar, who is the god beyond time, will slowly bring balance and harmony in your life. It will reduce the malefic effects of Saturn from your life. Worshipping Mahakaleshwar is said to protect one from untimely death. Now let us move to the sign of Scorpio or Vrishik. Scorpio or Vrishik is the natural 8th house in the zodiac belt, and therefore it represents hidden things, buried things, secrets, transformation. So if you are facing problems due to misuse of occult knowledge, or if you are frequently facing accidents, then worshipping the Grishneshwar Shivling will give you relief from these problems. The Grishneshwar Shivling is located in the Vellore district, some 30 kilometers away from Aurangabad, in the state of Maharashtra. Let us move to the sign of Sagittarius or Dhanu. Sign of Sagittarius or Dhanu represents the Kashi Vishwanath temple, and this sign is the natural 9th house in the zodiac belt, which represents dharma, which represents righteousness. It is also the sign where Ketu gets exalted or powerful. It is also the sign ruled by Jupiter. So if in your horoscope, let us say Ketu is placed in the sign of Gemini, or Ketu is placed conjunct Jupiter, and you are facing challenges related to your professional life, then visiting the Kashi Vishwanath temple and worshipping Shiva there will give you relief from the malefic effects of Ketu. If you also have the Angarak Yoga, that is Mars Rahu combination in the sign of Sagittarius, then worshipping Kashi Vishwanath will give you considerable relief from these problems. Let us move to the sign of Makar or Capricorn. Makar or Capricorn is the natural 10th house in the zodiac belt, which represents karma, status, order, discipline, hierarchy, which also represents the government, the economy. Now, Mars or Mangal gets exalted in the sign of Makar or Capricorn. So if you have a debilitated or weak Mars, that is your Mars is placed in the sign of Cancer, or Mars is conjunct Saturn, then to reduce the malefic effects of Mars, you can worship the Bhimashankar Jyotirlinga, which is also located in Maharashtra. When Mars is afflicted in the horoscope, people face property related problems, litigations, problems with their siblings, accidents and surgeries. So to reduce the malefic effects of Mars, worshipping Lord Shiva in the form of Bhimashankar Jyotirlinga is one of the best remedies. So if you get a chance, do visit this temple and worship Shiva there. Let us move to the sign of Aquarius or Kumbh. The Jyotirlinga representing this sign is Kedarnath, which is located in Uttarakhand in the Himalayan regions. The sign of Kumbh or Aquarius is ruled by both Rahu and Shani. And so if Shani or Rahu is debilitated or weak in your horoscope, example, Shani is placed in the sign of Aries and Rahu is placed in the sign of Sagittarius, or Shani and Rahu are together in the sign of Aries, then visiting Kedarnath and offering prayers there to Lord Shiva will give you significant relief from the malefic effects of both these planets. When the sign of Aquarius is afflicted, you will have problems in making friends. You will also not be able to do deep research into any subject. Aquarius is the 11th house of gains. So you will not get much gains in life despite putting a lot of hard work. And therefore, whenever the sign of Aquarius is afflicted, or Rahu or Shani are afflicted, you can worship Shiva in the form of Kedarnath by visiting this place, and that will give you significant relief. Let us now move to the last zodiac sign, that is the sign of Pisces or Mean. Sign of Pisces or mean is the natural 12th house in the zodiac belt, and therefore it represents the feet of the Kal Purush. This sign also represents moksha, it represents spiritual waters, and Venus or Shukra gets exalted in this sign because Venus or Shukra represents love, and love for God is the highest form of love. So whenever you have an afflicted Venus or a debilitated Venus, let us say your Venus is placed in the sign of Kanya or Virgo, then it can be considered as a weak Venus. So if you worship Shiva in Trimbakeshwar, the effects of weak Venus are greatly reduced. When Venus is afflicted, partnerships suffer. Comforts and luxuries in life will not be easily available to you. By visiting Trimbakeshwar and worshipping Shiva there, you will get relief from the malefic effects of Venus or Shukra. Since this is the natural 12th house, it has the capacity to bestow moksha also to the native if he is spiritually evolved. So if you want relief from the effects of a malefic Venus, if you are not getting married, or if you are facing challenges in your partnerships, in your relationships, do visit this temple once and offer sincere prayers to Lord Shiva there, and you will be protected from the malefic effects of. So friends, this is my short video on the connection between 12 Jyotirlings, the 12 Rashis, and how you can reduce the malefic effects of particular planets by worshipping particular Jyotirlings. If you like this video, please mark it as liked on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channel Kamath Astrology, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. For any consultations, email us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com. You can also reach us through our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon shortly with another video. Till then, bye, take care and stay safe.